these bed rails. I'm gonna clean them and paint them black. And I'll record some of it when I do it. But pretty much just gonna hit it with some aluminum cleaner, and they'll brighten up. But that's not what I'm gonna be going for. So, but they'll get cleaned, and then I'm gonna scuff them up, hit them with some primer, and then hit the paint on it, and that'll be coming up pretty soon. So that's just a little midway's progress on this 93. All right, this is after the first round. On the left, just went over it one pass, and it's already looking better. But just gonna hit it one more time, then wash it up good. Then I'll show you what I used on it. I was gonna record what I did, but kind of had to have both hands for that one. So I'll show you when it's done. It's not hard. Okay, this after the second round. Come out a little bit better. You can see the dirt coming off of it that was still there. I don't think the third round's gonna be necessary for what I'm doing. But I'll take a little drill and get into that. They had metal screws on it holding it down to the truck, so we'll clean that off, get new hardware. But what I'm using is the Napa aluminum brightener and just a green Scotch-Brite. And once you spray it on, just let it sit about 30-40 seconds, and then just start scrubbing. And it's not that hard. So next thing, I'm gonna get this one knocked out, and get them washed and cleaned, and then we'll hit them with some primer, and then it'll be time for paint. So we'll be back later. All right, so here we are in the free range paint booth, and by free range paint booth, side of my house. So we're fixing to get these painted. Already got them scuffed up. Just took a little drill brush and went through and scuffed it. Then I just washed it off with just some Dawn dish soap. It's a pretty good degreaser. Works on ducks, it'll work on these. But first thing we're gonna do is, even though they're clean, we're gonna hit it with a grease and wax remover to make sure. Then we're gonna go over with some self-etching primer. Almost said etching primer. And once we get a good little coat of that on, we're gonna hit it with a good coat of this regular gray primer. And probably not gonna, I'm not gonna sand it, because I'm kind of wanting just a slight rough texture to it anyway. So just letting these get dried up. They're almost dry, and so I'll be back on once it's primed. And when you're using the grease and wax remover, don't use terry cloth or any kind of towels. Just use these blue shop towels or some equivalent of that, because they won't leave lint behind. And even when you get done with that, working on this diamond tread, sometimes it'll tend to tear at the paper, so go back and double check, make sure you don't have paper left. All right, got the first coat of self-etching primer on. I do the priming like I do painting. Don't worry about it covering everything at one time, because you're gonna do a couple coats. And what we'll do, I'm gonna come from the opposite end on the second coat to make sure I get all these little diamond treads, whatever. So after the second coat, then just gonna let it dry up good, tack it, whatever, and then I'll hit it with the regular primer. All right, second coat's done. I'll walk around to make sure I didn't miss any spots. So everything's good. And you got to give it about 30 minutes to dry before you can top coat it. So I'll be back on after the next coat of primer is done. Okay, the gray primer's on. Same as the etching primer. I'll just get a thin coat. I'll go one direction, and then when I hit the second coat, I'll come back the other direction. But you just don't want to, just like paint, you don't want to get it all on at one time. That's where the runs come in. So anyway, that's first coat there. It actually covered pretty good for a first coat. I didn't try to make it cover that good. It just did it on its own. So anyway, be back shortly. All right, second coat primer is done. Gonna give this about 30 minutes. Then I think it covered really good. But I'll give it about 30 minutes. Then it's gonna be time for the fun coat. So we'll be back on shortly. All right, got this first coat done. Had to wait an hour to get the second coat. What I used was the Rust-Oleum farming implement. The reason for that is because it's heavy duty, weather resistant, and rust prevented. And one thing you don't want is aluminum rusting up on you. So anyway, we'll be back on in about an hour after the second coat's done. And it's done. Second coat did pretty good. I'll check on it tomorrow. I'm sure there's probably a spot or two that might need a little touch up. But overall, not bad. It's still a little wet. It's gonna dry all flat. So I'll see how it looks when I get them on. Should be pretty good. But farming implement paint did cover pretty good. I just wish it was a bigger can because I almost run out just on these two little rails. So anyway, that's it for this one. So after I got these painted, I noticed next morning they had some little spotty areas. Not sure why. It might have been me. It was later in the day. As I painted them, the temperature was still right, but it might have just started cooling off quicker than I figured it would. So the next day I was just gonna scuff them a little and hit them with another coat of paint. But I decided to go a different route. Went with the Raptor truck bed coating. And it's a little pricey. It's about almost $24 a can from AutoZone. But I love the way they turned out. Hard to tell from the camera, but I love this look. So I may buy stock in Raptor, I don't know. But they come out real good. There's no splotchy areas. I painted these yesterday, and hey, found a couple of spots I missed, so went back over them a while ago. They'll be dry to touch in a little while. Then I'm gonna get them back on the truck. But when you use the Raptor, when you use this coating, you don't. When you press that nozzle to spray, hold it down good. You can't use a light finger touch on that nozzle. You gotta press it all the way down for it to come out. And just like with painting, you always want to start off the material and then come into it. Well, you definitely want to do it with the bed liner there, because you'll make you a mess. You'll make an even bigger mess with it if you don't. So go ahead and get it to spraying before you hit the whatever you're painting. But these two bed rails, ended up, if you do these, plan on using a couple cans. I used probably about a can and a half, but it covered good. It laid down good. Yeah, no complaints. To me, it was worth the price. Just depends on what you want to do. But it's gonna look good once I get them on, I think. But anyway, that's it for now. So this is the end of the first part of getting this old truck fixed up. If you notice from the first video I had a sliding rear window. Got rid of it, and I've got the toolbox that my sister bought me for Christmas. Found it on Marketplace at a good price, and I was happy to find it. And then I got these old bed rails redone. They look a lot better. I got to paint these screws to match it. I just got it put down, so I'll daub them up, and I'm gonna find some touch-up paint and go along the bed rail here. The other side's not bad. This side, I don't know what it's doing with it, but I think I had to repaint somewhere along the line. But that'll be coming up soon. And next thing that's on the way, got the weather stripping. Bought some new weather stripping for it. It'll go in. Got mirrors that I found on Marketplace. I call this old truck Miss Reba. I may have to change the name of it to Marketplace Mary, because I got so many things for it that I found on Marketplace to fix it up. So, but yeah, pretty happy with the old toolbox and way these bed rails come out. And it might chip a little bit. So, but anyway, that's it for this first part of the fixing this thing up.